join me in the salute to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And to the great state of Texas.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you.
We have one shot to put the organization in place it needs to be to win in 24 and beyond. I've got the plan and the experience to get the job done. As you know, I'm the treasurer for the Republican Party of Texas. I was appointed in August 2021 by Matt Rinaldi at a time when the party needed transparency and fiscal leadership to put it on the path for successful elections in 2024. Earlier this year, Rick appointed me the treasurer, where I've instituted a new accounting system and fixed a lot of our party's problems. In my personal life, I'm the managing director of a company that I founded called CFO Shield. It's a global company where I've had to manage hundreds of millions of dollars for companies with thousands of employees. I'm prepared for this job on day one because I've been putting in the work to get the details right for many years. Primary season starts in just a few weeks, and after the constitutional election, it's going to be a pure sprint to the primaries. I know the election code. I know how our party finances work and how to make them better, and I have the most experience and training to get this job done. I'm prepared because I have experience to raise money for a political party, having served on the SREC, on the CRC committee since 2010 under 5 different chairmen. My service, because I am a conservative activist first, I'm ready to work with anybody to save our state from being run by socialist Democrats. In addition, I've been endorsed by our current finance chair, Mona Bailey. I'm prepared because I've run a statewide volunteer grassroots organization. I'm prepared because I understand how our party works, and I have a plan to turn back the Democrat machine. We will win elections by turning out the maximum number of voters, and unlike the Democrats, our voters are actually alive. We will revamp and expand the Finance Committee, emphasizing grassroots fundraising. We will have new and different events such as candidate forums and a paid presidential straw poll. Our financial strategy will generate transparency and financial independence for our party. We will build our grassroots base by engaging with all corners of the party. We will keep members informed through newsletters and grassroots events. We will expand outreach through engagement through town hall style meetings. We will empower you, the grassroots, through more training, and we will recognize and reward our volunteers through friendly competition and recognition programs. We will build a base through expanded voter registration programs, and we will promote our Republican ticket with spending that is done wisely. I've been a conservative activist since I was a teenager. As a young man, I had an epiphany about personal responsibility. We are the party of personal responsibility. I believe that our Republican principles are founded in a morality that is based around a Christian code that is pro-life, pro-family, one that knows that there are 2 genders, one that believes true marriage is one between a man and a woman. I'm pro-Israel. I believe in government creates more problems than it's worth. I believe in fiscal responsibility. I believe the grassroots can beat big money in any election, and I believe we need our party to be a perpetual election machine. Together, I'm confident next fall we'll have an organization with people from every corner of this county working and engaged at the level that they want to work. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your vote.
Blue face mask on and come on a little stick pony and say, "We'll take our land, but never take our lives." That's William Wallace and Braveheart. Small audience, I don't know. But there is one scene in that movie. There is one scene in that movie that I think is instructive. In that movie, there is one scene where Braveheart, William Wallace, Mel Gibson, comes in. He's defeated the British, and they award him with a knighthood. And then they immediately start to bicker, squabble about who's going to be the king. And as William Wallace leaves, again, it's Mel Gibson, I'm not works. He says, "You all are squabbling about this stuff while the British are marching on you. I hope that whoever gets picked today, we will leave here unified to defeat Democrats instead of squabbling over who's in charge." Unhappily for all of us, I am not William Wallace, so I'm Warren Doran. I'd like to vote The first question that I got even tonight 3 times, why do you want to do this? And I'll tell you, it goes back, some Christian friends, we were growing up together, we were trying to figure out what is a Christian's duty. And we found James 4:17. He who knows to do a good thing and does it not, it is sin. It answers a lot of questions. If you have the opportunity to be part of a solution, then why wouldn't you? It also happens to be a way of having a pretty happy life. So I recommend it for those of you who have tried it. Whenever I was first heard that Rick was going to resign, I did not immediately leap into the fray because there were competent people running or looking at running. And I'll point her out. I thought Ann was the perfect candidate. And until she said, I'm absolutely not going to do this, I did not consider it very heavily because she was a good candidate and I think we need a unity candidate. So when I looked around at the people who were running, I found that I was not happy with that. So I don't feel like we've got to be in charge of something, but I do, as part of my Army training, I want somebody competent in charge. It doesn't have to be me, but it has to be somebody competent. And what I'm concerned about in this election is that there are people who are coming in, and I'll just say it, they're voting for Fred because they're afraid of Bo, or they're voting for Bo because they're afraid of Fred. They're so concerned about the wrong faction being in charge that they're letting fear drive their motivation. We should not, fear is a great motivator, but it's not a very good united force. Here, so let's go with that. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about if you're going to vote tonight. Of course, there are a number of people I know that are coming up to vote for me as their number 1 tonight. But there's a whole lot of you. I would suggest to you that it's almost all of you. I'm either your number 1 or number 2. And what you have to figure out is, are you so dedicated to having your side in charge that you're willing to put somebody else in charge, somebody in charge who's going to alienate a third or more of the EC, or at least it will appear that way at the beginning. I am the unifying candidate. Everybody in here has seen me work for decades. Whenever people talk about low taxes, I was putting Ron Wright, Connie Burton on my podcast. Let's talk about low taxes. Early on, before it was cool. When people talk about the COVID overreach, I did that. I did more than talk about it. There are people in this room whose children did not have to wear masks. The only urban county in the state that didn't have to wear masks because of work we did. It's okay to clap for that. It is not enough to say, I've supported good people. That's important. But you have to actually roll up your sleeves and do things that matter. And I have done things that have mattered in this party for a long, long time. And you've seen me work when I wasn't running for anything, when I just wanted the job to be done. So I'll just leave you with that. If you want a unified candidate, if you want a party that's going to go out and win and fight against Democrats, then I'm your man. And I appreciate your support.
And I've had the pleasure of speaking to almost everybody in this room, probably not quite all of you, but I've had well over 200 conversations with precinct chairs. And I just bring something different to the table. I've been involved in conservative politics for a decade, and I have run the gamut between lots of different factions of the Republican Party. And that's why in this room I'm looking around and I see people from different factions, and I have supporters from every faction. And there's a reason for that. Because I bring, somebody's notes here, I bring business experience, I bring an outsider's perspective. If you want more of the same, then keep electing the same people. If you want someone to come in and do things and actually create a machine that we can compete against the Democrats, then you've seen my plan, you know what I have in mind. And that starts with enabling the precinct chairs to do things that you've never been able to do before. Have the resources that you've never had before. Have the tools you've never had before. You have the motivation, you have the will, and you have the volunteer spirit, which is amazing, and God bless you all for that. You are the backbone of the party. The chairman is just someone who's supposed to enable that and champion what you do. And that's what I plan to do. So we're going to build a machine. We're going to raise a lot of money, because that's what I've been doing a lot of over the last decade. I've raised millions and millions of dollars. I know how to raise money. It's what I do professionally, I've done it politically, and I can do it for the Tarrant County GOP, and I plan to. And lastly, we're gonna make sure that our elections are secure. There's lots of people who question our elections, and we're gonna put that to bed. We're gonna make sure we have the right people, the right training in place so that our elections are secure. And I'll just say this, I'm probably not gonna use all 5 minutes because I want more efficient meetings, and I know a lot of you all have echoed that, shorter meetings, so my speech is gonna be a lot shorter than the other two guys. Lastly, I just want to say something about them. You know, Fred has served this party admirably. Most people I talk to think he's done a great job as treasurer, and I do too. So I commend you for that. Warren has been an active fighter for a long time and done a lot of things that we all appreciate on the legal front, and that's amazing. We need for that to continue. Why am I the choice? I think it's because someone else alluded to them being the unifier. I've had lots of conversations with you. I think we know who the actual unifier is. I cross over between people who identify, as regular Republicans, people who identify as Trump Republicans, people who identify as Tea Party. I'm the guy who has a finger in all those camps. So I know how to unify. I've done it before. I've run big organizations. I've raised a lot of money. More importantly, what we need to have though is someone who understands that someone has to be the face of the party, and someone has to go out and champion what wins the Republican Party is having in Tarrant County. I've done plenty of media, I know how to do that. I'm going to be out there talking about why Tarrant County is a great place for Republicans to move to, and a terrible place for Democrats to move to. And let's make sure that happens. The goal is to win 24, we all know that. We know that the Democrats are on the march, right? So we've got to push back. In having all the conversations with you, I've had, we're not announced tonight, I'm changing the position that I've had. I have said before that I got into this and I plan to run in the March primary. But I've talked to a lot of you who want to see a unified candidate leave this meeting tonight. So I pledge to you, whoever the winner is tonight, if it's not me, I pledge not to run in the primary because I'm going to support whoever the winner is. And I think that's important. The other thing I'm going to do is, if I'm a distant third in the vote tally, I'm going to drop out so this thing doesn't go beyond 2 rounds. But I know everyone appreciates that. We've got a rate committee that we want to see. So with that, I appreciate all of you. Thank you all for your support, your kind words through this entire process. Let's chart a new course for Tarrant County, okay? Let's make this the stronghold, the Republican stronghold that we know it can be, that we haven't been. The trajectory has not been good. So let's do that, win 24, and unify after tonight. Thank you so much.
94, Bo Fritsch. 57, Fred Tate. 72, Warren Norris.
Good evening, everybody. For those that voted for me, thank you very much. For those that didn't vote for me, thank you very much. I want you to know that we share a lot of the same principles. I'm serious. I said earlier tonight that it's all over but the crying, and I was really serious. The 2 people that are going to lose are going to cry, and then the person that has to do the job is going to cry. I took this challenge on because I believe in party experience and understanding the dynamics of a party. It's a very, very different thing. I ran against 3 very honorable candidates. We ran a positive race. I think we all can be proud with the way that we ran a race. But I also respect you all's time, and I respect your decision, and I respect unity in the party, okay? I want us to get on with this. For those that voted for me, I think the candidate with the most experience about the party and the one that has the best chance of bringing us together is Warren. So I would ask my supporters to vote. I know that we're gonna have fast to get out of here. We're gonna be done with this vote, so I'll just say this now. Whoever wins, covet your prayers more than you can say. I need your help. I need your mercy. Again, more than you can say. So, I appreciate your support. Of course, this will be the second, at this point, it will be the last vote. So, thank you very much.
Warden Precinct Chair 4065. I met Bo French maybe 8 to 10 years ago. We were involved with Stand for Fort Worth when we found out Ken Scribner was going to allow unisex bathrooms. Since then, I have known Bo very well. He was a candidate against Charlie Gearin, and my family and I blocked 80 hours for Bo. In that time period, he was absolutely the hardest working candidate I have ever worked for, and I've worked for a lot. He actually wore out his shoes, and we saw him lose 10 to 15 pounds, maybe 20, as he knocked tirelessly on door after door. He was amazing, but what impressed me the most was when the candidates were with the voters that he spoke with, he was always even-tempered. He always listened. He was always accessible, and that's something you don't find in a lot of people. He also was fantastic on radio and television when he was interviewed, and that was super impressive, and that would be outstanding for our party. So as we consider 2024 and who will lead us into 2024, we need someone like that. We need someone who will represent us well and who can raise a lot of money so that we can get the job done. Please vote for both.
Hello, guys, it's easy. We are fighting the communist agenda here. We need to maximize our benefits. We need Warren fighting the legal fights that he's currently fighting. He said it himself. There's only 4 law firms that do this. Are we gonna take one of those persons and bring it to this position when we have a perfectly qualified person that offers us funding, innovation, a plan to beat the Democrats and make Tarrant as red as we can? Let's maximize the benefits. Let's vote Bo French. Thank you.
Again, I only have a little bit of time left here, so I'm just going to say that it would be my honor to serve this body, to serve Tarrant County. Let's bring the party together. There's a reason why strong conservatives like Nate Chastline, Tony Timberlake, Don Huff-Hines, who I'm missing, Jeff Kaysen, Sid Miller have all endorsed my campaign, and that's because they all are candidates who I helped raise a lot of money. They know that I'm conservative, and I want to be a chairman that can raise money and be the conservative voice for this party so that we can espouse those principles to our community and get more people in voting for what we're doing. Thank you very much.
Angie took the 20th of September, we found out, was completely negative.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Several of you in this room have offered up their prayers. We want you to know that we both thank you very, very much for all of your warmth, support, and help.
What is it?
Bo French, 118. Ward North, 104. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your support. And now we got to get busy uniting the party for 24, okay? We've got a lot of work ahead of us. I'm going to need all of you to keep doing what you've been doing, but we're going to do even more, and I can't wait to get started. Thank you.
Congratulations to our chair-elect, Bo French.
I, Bo French, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of office of Republican Tarrant County Chair.
The state of Texas.
The state of Texas.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability. Serve, protect, and defend.
The constitutional laws of the United States.
Constitutional laws of the United States.
Of this state.
Of this state. So help me God. Members, there being no further business that can come before this special meeting, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.